Okay, well, not a one wheel today. Instead, cruiser, a Virginia Tech beach cruiser to be specific. And I got it at the very first sale, and it was actually perfect because now I'm cruising around from sale to sale on the bike that I bought at the first sale. And it's pretty good because things are really spread out. So yeah, let's see how it goes here. I'll let you know what I find. It's gonna look like something right here, right here. Hello, welcome to Raven's Chest. I'm Doug, I am your host. I'm a professional reseller and I specialize in vintage and antique jewelry. I also do some other small items that I find along the way, but vintage and antique jewelry is what I have been specializing in for over 25 years. And yeah, let's jump right into this week's latest finds. Just gonna show a couple highlights of a couple of my favorite things. And first off, we have these foil beads. They're silver foil interior with red stripe around the outside. It almost looks like yarn the way it's wrapped around on the interior there. Really nice sparkle in there, really good color. I like that. I'd call that an oxblood red. Might be a different color red in your book. If you have a different color in mind, then drop that in the comments and let me know. Yeah, just a really fun necklace. It's graduated, and I didn't bring my ruler, so I don't know the size there, but it does need to be restrung. As you can see, the clasp is detached, and the thread is starting to fray considerably in between beads, and so I would just want to restring that just to be safe. But a lot of people don't actually wear these, they just collect them. I've seen people that have collections with hundreds of strands of these beads, where they've actually even taken them apart and they're sitting in individual containers with the loose beads, and they just kind of break them out and play with them. So a couple other things that I picked up that are not jewelry at a neighborhood garage sale last weekend were these little paperweights. Cobalt blue is something that I've always liked, one of my favorite colors. And geez, I probably have a lot of favorite colors now that I think about it. But yeah, picked up these paperweights, and I really like those. This one's actually Czech, Bohemian. It's got the original sticker on it. Made in Czechoslovakia, Bohemia, handcrafted. A little hollow egg. Nice colors in there. Great design. There was also this little, I guess that's dichroic glass. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, this nice heart paperweight as well. It's actually nice and heavy, signed on the back there. So yeah, it'd be very, very functional as a paperweight. And it is a little bit windy today, so today's one of those days where that would be handy. And that little shell, which I cleaned up quite a bit. It was pretty dirty. That one's signed as well. And again, that one's solid. You know, it's not hollow. Very heavy. Very functional and aesthetically pleasing as a paperweight. Let's check out another really fun jewelry item that I found. This one I actually wore it around for a while because it fits well in my pinky, and it's actually really comfortable, and I like its feel and its vibe. I was trying to figure out what exactly was going on here. It looks like some kind of Swiss cheese noodle. or maybe a real thin slice of Swiss cheese or bark. And I don't really know. Great design. Just one of those items where you see it, you like it, you know you got to have it, and so here it is. Another really cool item that I was immediately drawn to when I saw it in the group of items that it was sitting with is this a Danish porcelain or terracotta brooch. Great design on the front. The glaze is actually in really good condition. A lot of times when you find these, the glaze um, has chips in it. The edges are chipped up and abraded, and this one's actually in really good condition. And considering the pile that it came out of, I'm impressed that it held up that well. It does have a little condition issue with the clasp. It got a little smashed, and it's going to need to be delicately reset so that it can receive the pin stem there. But signed, Danish. Just very, very nice piece. Another fun item that came from a group, and this one stood out again. If you recognize the look, at least. Ooh, wow, that is really, really crusty. Let's get that cleaned up just a little bit. I have a microfiber cloth here that's barely damp. It's mostly dry now. Ooh. And I used it to clean up a mesh purse that I had, and it's probably not going to work well on this because it's getting hung up. Yeah, in the prongs. So I have a light cotton microfiber cloth that works really well for that, and I just barely get it damp because on these closed back stones you really want to be careful not to get any moisture behind them. If moisture gets trapped behind there, then they can start getting dark and not looking so nice. But these open back stones, you can clean them up on the front side, and you can see the back side there is pretty crusty on the inside. I usually just roll up the end of one of those little cloths and put it in there and slowly twist it around so that it picks up as much of that dust as possible, but does it as gently as possible. So maybe I'll do a little cleaning video and include this brooch in that. Yeah, this one I assume is Juliana, but I'm not positive. If you're not aware, there's a website that you can go to, isitjuliana.com, and check and see if your piece that you have is Juliana, or you can just browse through there and get familiar with the look of the many different pieces. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of pieces that are on that website, and it's really easy to access. If you search the database by the piece and the color or general style, you can usually find what you're looking for if it's there. You can find it pretty quick. So isitjuliana.com is a really good resource. Go check it out. I will, if I can, I'll put a link in the description of the video. So look in the description of the video to see if there's a link to that website. Ooh. And another piece, I'm always looking for old coral. And when I find it in peaches and cream like this, I get really excited. This brings back, childhood memories of peaches and cream suckers that my cousins and I used to all get. The peaches and cream and the strawberries and cream. That's just a really nice, large diameter coral necklace. This one, because of the irregularity in the pattern, I wasn't quite sure when I first picked it up if it was coral. I thought it may have been conch or conch shell. So I had to look at it pretty close, and eventually usually you can find little circles that will lead you to a center. Like here, you can see that little half circle, and then if you loop the center, if this is in fact a center, you'll see little tiny concentric rings that radiate out from the center, kind of like the rings on a tree trunk. And that shows where the coral was growing during the annual or the seasonal growth period. But yeah, those are just really nice, large diameter, very long, no clasp. I think from memory, I think they're about 42 inches long, something like that. And a nice color on those. And one more piece that was not jewelry that I had got that microfiber cloth out for is this Whiting and Davis mesh bag or mesh purse. And the enamel on this had a couple spots that looked like stains, that looked like maybe cigarette stains or something, and I wasn't sure if they were going to come off, and they literally just wiped off with the lightest little bit of pressure. So that was not a problem, and it cleaned up really well. And as you can see, the enamel on the mesh is in very good condition. Very little to no wear. The only condition issue that I noticed was right here where the bag is detached from the end of the frame, right by the hinge. But really, as far as Whiting and Davis mesh bags go, the condition of this, the style, and the color are pretty exceptional. It does have the little blue, cobalt blue, simulated sapphire glass cabochons on the clasp there, and it looks like one's been bunged up pretty good. The other one's got a little bit of a chip on the top, but they are still there, still intact, have good color. The frame is in good condition. It is silver plate, so it's probably brass underneath, and it should be marked on one of the side here. Yeah, marked on the inside of the frame. Sometimes it's hard to see. Whiting and Davis. And sometimes it'll have a little shield with the Whiting and Davis mesh bags symbol, and sometimes it doesn't. And once in a while you find them in sterling, but for the most part, at least where I'm at and what I find, typically they're silver plated. Great pieces though. Not jewelry, but still a lot of fun. Okay, two more pieces that I want to share. One is this exceptional 800 silver ring with I think it's a quartz stone. I haven't tested it. It has really good color play. When you get the light at your back and it reflects back through the stone, it has pretty good rainbow color in it. But the setting's really exceptional. Art Deco feel, Art Deco retro feel to it. I like that open setting underneath that lets the light in and also lets you see that stone. You can see some of the color play and sparkle in that stone when you get the angles just right on the side. Yeah, but 800 silver, just really exceptional design on that. Very clean stone. And it hasn't been cleaned, and I think once it's cleaned, it's probably just going to sparkle and shine that much more. And the last piece, which this piece I actually got at Alameda, and it took a while for me to actually acquire it. But now that I have it, I wanted to show it off. And it's, even though I love all these pieces here, and you know, they all have some aspect that makes me want to make them my favorite, this one's definitely my favorite of the group. It's so unique, early plastic. It's not Bakelite. Probably, I'm not exactly sure what the plastic is. I'm not a big plastic expert, but I've seen enough of these pieces to know that this one's exceptional. The depth, the design, the condition, just all very impressive. Even the pedals here have movement in them. And yeah, I know there is a designer that was pretty well known in this era and genre, but I'm not familiar with him. I had a friend that was telling me about someone that they thought it might be, but I wasn't familiar with the name and I don't remember it. So that, regardless of my lack of knowledge, is my favorite piece in this group. So if you have a favorite piece in this group, go ahead and share that. I'd love to hear about it. And if you enjoyed this video, it'd be great if you could drop a like. And if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, then feel free to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and you will be notified when I release future content. And I have a lot of things in plan down the road. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you for joining me in this video. Have a great day. Ooh, little thumb. It's kind of funny. The smile that I have on my face, I don't think I get this smile anywhere else. It's really kind of interesting because I watch the videos back and I'm like, wow, I look kind of like I'm smirking or something. But I'm just really having a great time. This is supposed to be a walking path, by the way. And it's a little more sandy than normal. A little more sandy than usual. Yeah, this is my spot where I come to unwind. And you've probably seen it if you've seen any of my other videos where I'm riding, or maybe like one other video where I was riding down here. And you'll be seeing plenty of it because it's an easy spot for me to get to. This is actually where I learned to ride, and conveniently it's on my commute from my house to the post office. Oh, sorry, that's just really some more deep. Some more of the deep action. While I'm here, ooh, this puppy. That was a big dog. That's one thing about Onewheel is you gotta kind of watch the dogs, because some of them are very curious and they want to play with you, and some of them are very sensitive to the weird type of motion that they're seeing, and they want to play with you even more. But yeah, I just last night reached 100 subs. So thank you. Thank you everyone that has subscribed so far. Thank you everyone that has supported me and helped me get to 100 subscribers, because I know it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it felt like it took a whole lot to get here. And it's actually been kind of a crazy journey just to get here. So I'm very grateful, and I just want to say thank you for 100 subs. I look forward to 100 more, and I really look forward to seeing what the YouTube journey brings for all of us, because now I've realized that YouTube is a family for myself and a lot of the people that I've met here. So thank you, and take care. Go tell someone you love that you love them.